All right, we are going live. It seems that we have connected. So I am waiting on this link to put it in our community so that our community can get the link to watch us on YouTube. Speaking of communities, if you are a business and you are struggling to get to your first six figures in revenue for that business, you need to be a part of our community. It is free. We give a lot of value. We have monthly activities with your business growth in mind. We call it transformational business growth. So you need to be in that community. Go to shaycannon.info/group to get into our free community that is chock full of a lot of value. All right, we have our link over there. So let us get started. We can see our YouTube comments and we can yeah, let's get started. So, welcome to Unlock Your First Six Figures morning show. I am your host, Shay Cannon. Everything starts with a blog, okay? And this week's blog is at shaycannon.com/second, SECOND, because what we're talking about this week is that it seems like a second recession. And so, what should we as small business owners be doing, right? All right. So, as you know, it's a 4-part series. Excuse me. So, one of the first strategies that we gave was that you need to be streamlining your offerings. Okay, you need to be streamlining your offerings. We talked about that extensively, gave strategies around how to do that. If you need to know that, you need to go to part 1, and that replay is on from Monday. Okay. Our second strategy was that you need to enhance the value proposition, okay, that your business is known for. Enhance your value proposition or your unique selling proposition. Either one, they're about the same, right? If you want to do a deep dive into that with us, then you need to catch part 2 or yesterday's replay. All right. Today we're on part 3, and that is leverage cost-effective marketing channels. Okay. Because at the end of the day, no matter your budget, you have to continuously create and nurture relationships, okay? Because if you don't, then who are going to be the new people that you sell to? Okay, who are they going to be? We have to constantly be bringing new people into awareness of us and cultivating relationships with those who now know about us to get them to a point where they will spend their hard-earned money with us for the result that we promise. Okay, so there's a transformation out there. We're promising it. They want it. We want them to get it from us. That takes relationship building. That's marketing. But if there seems to be a recession where money is tight for you, money is tight for the client, therefore you're not making as much money, then we need to have cost-effective ways. So, I have 5 action steps for you so that we can do this cost-effective marketing. Number 1, more content marketing. You need to be producing more content and putting it out there. That's more than just social media, okay? That's blogs, that's contributing writing, that's media. It's a whole bunch of stuff, okay? So get more content out there that show you as the expert so that when they're looking for someone that can solve their problems, they understand that you're it, okay? So content marketing, you need to do more of it. You need to do more email list building so that you can do more effective email marketing, okay? So list building comes first. If you think that those same people that's on your list that you keep offering the same thing to are enough, it's not, okay? It's not. We need new people on the list all the time. We need strategies to get new people on the list. And then we need to be nurturing this list, okay? I think Gary Vaynerchuk describes it as jab, jab, right hook, right? Jab, jab is the content that you're doing on your list to nurture them. Right hook is when you finally ask for the sale. But every email you send can't just be asking for the sale, okay? We're not Walmart. We're not all those other people that we understand that they're a business and we expect sales content from them all the time. We have to do more, okay? So jab, jab, right hook. Jab, jab is the content. Right hook is ask for the sale. Email marketing, okay? You need to be doing number 3, more SEO. Can't talk about it enough. We need to be search engine optimized, okay? Everything else we're doing is us trying to catch the attention of the people we want to buy from us, whereas SEO is us being in the right place at the right time when they're searching for solutions, okay? SEO. Number 4, you can do more sales collaborations. I don't care how small or how large the community and the audience is for some of the people in your network, get in front of them anyway. It's that many more people than you were in front of before, and you didn't pay money for it if you go into a partnership. Okay. So yes, we want people with large communities, but don't just wait on those people. Some of you need to perfect your messaging anyway. So ask your network, who can you get in front of that has your people in their audience? Or let me help you with your content marketing. Who can you get in front of that you can then use that content that you produce for them and share it with your people doing content marketing? It's going to be valuable either way. All right. Last but not least, cost-effective ad strategies. Let me tell you how, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, right here on this show, that Dr. Tachi said that YouTube ads were helping her to get the word out for her YouTube channel. I ran a little $20 ad for a week, and within the first day, I had 20 subscribers, 20 new subscribers. Okay. So what kind of ad, cost-effective ads can you be running? Right. And let me give you a hint. Because people don't know you, you will be wasting your money to run ads on asking them to buy from you. Run ads on something that shows you as the expert, and will either encourage them to get on your list or continue to follow you. Why? Because these people don't know you. So what you really want to be doing, instead of asking them to buy, is you want to be inviting them to continue the conversation with you. So that as you give more content, as you nurture them, then you get them back to a point where they can buy. Jab, jab, right hook. Okay. So what do you guys know you need to be doing more of, okay, to do some or leverage some cost-effective marketing? And you guys that were in our organic marketing workshop, feel free to add more to the list. Anybody can add more to the list because organic marketing is most of what we're talking about. So I'm going to start with Demetra. Demetra, what is something you know from this list you need to do more of? And do you have an obstacle to getting it done? Let's give Demetra time to come off the mic.
I'm here. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
Yes, I'm here. Shay, I think it will always be developing more content. No matter how much, you think you have, like, oh, I have so much already. No, new situations come up, new things and current events come up that you can hop on. New music trends come that you can hop on. So yeah, I will say the content marketing always.
Yes, I love that. But also you brought up a good point. So if you do have a bunch of content already, a part of your job is to have some type of strategy to always be repurposing. Okay, so yes, new things come up, but old things remain the same too. So you need to have a strategy for repurposing your content. Just because you talked about a topic one time is not enough, right? And Demetra, you're correct. A teacher, right? So we learn by repetition. Right? Yes. So you can keep talking about the same subject over and over again. And guess what? There are also different perspectives to talk about the same topic. How many times have we been talking about SEO? And I'm going to keep talking about it. Yeah. It's that important. But as I talk about it in different lights or in different ways and from different perspectives, it just shows you more and more how important it is. So don't forget to repurpose. So I love that, Demetra. Thank you. All right. Shawana, which one of these organic marketing, cost-effective marketing ways do you need to do more of? And do you have any obstacles to getting it done?
Hey, I couldn't agree more. Everything is content. Based off even our conversation yesterday, I went back to one of the posts that I did earlier this year, where it actually was showing me, because I know Q&A, that shows more value. And so I pushed it back out just to see, because you're correct. Even if somebody did see it in the beginning of the year, their thoughts are other places. So they do need that reminder. And that is one of the things that I'm doing, is not to overthink. And we have to remember to not overthink. If we know that it was something that was of value, do a rinse and repeat with the ways that we can change up some of the languaging to still keep the continuity of what it is that we're sharing. We have to be mindful to do those things so we're not overthinking and feeling overwhelmed. So that's one of the things that I'm doing for myself because I do have other irons in the fire, but yet want to still make sure that I am visible.
Love it, love it. Shawana, I thought about you the other day. You have one of the techniques that you've always told us will get us a lot further with our video content is doing those the side by sides. The reaction videos, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm not one to do reaction videos just to react to stuff, but what I did think about was, y'all know, at the end of last year, I made some 2024 predictions that are now coming through. I can go back and react to my damn self, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I've actually seen that, and it goes quite well. Part of even the key with that, one thing that I noticed, and I guess it depends on who you are and your following. Thursday, Friday, Saturdays in the evenings are really the best time. I know it depends on your world, but doing stuff like that, Shay, and because your face tell it all, and you reacting to yourself and having let's just say in some cases a trending song, because the song pulls different things too. So having that music.
You taught me that. So even the TikToks and reels most of the TikToks that I produce right now, I go and find a trending song. You can't hear it, but it's still attached to my video.
No, but that's actually the key too. Don't have that baby up to number 10. You better have it on 1 or 2 where it's the underbed of what you're doing. So I'm excited. I can't wait to see it. I'm ready to see those side by sides, because there's always a winner with my clients. That's right.
Yep. So thank you for those content strategies, video content strategies from our video expert extraordinaire. All right, Dr. Toya, which of these cost-effective marketing strategies do you know you need to do more of, and do you have an obstacle to implementing that?
Good morning. I think just the repurposing content, and the obstacle is time. That's not a lie, because I have a team of people. The obstacle is me creating the SOPs to help them get the outcome that I need them to have.
All right. So what we know is you can go to shaycannon.com/SOP and use that chat GPT, custom GPT that I created and gave y'all access to for free, and go ahead and create those SOPs with no problem. Yeah. Utilize that, Dr. Toya. Let's go to Dewana. Dewana said all of the above. Dewana, pick one and tell us which one gives you the most problems, and let us know if you have an obstacle so we can go ahead and bust through that obstacle.
Good morning, everybody. The main one for me is really just content creation, and I'm just shy about it. Heather gets on me. Shawana has gotten on me. It's just a personal obstacle that I have to overcome. But that's the main one for me is content creation, and I'm getting there. So that boom there. But all of the above.
Love it.
Look at Heather. She biting her tongue. She want to look at her. Look at her face.
Well, again, let me go to one of my gurus, right? Because Gary Vaynerchuk always has taught us for years now that if you can't create content, then you need to be documenting. Instead of create, document. You're already doing stuff day to day in your business. Document it and share it as content. Come on now.
I heard that. I said, you're making food, you're cutting stuff up, you're doing recipes, just put your phone up and record it.
So Dewana, sound like you just need a tripod and to turn the camera on. That's all.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And then you could always put the name of the meal. You might share a recipe every now and then. You might highlight an ingredient every now and then. Again, while Shawana is fussing at you, she will still help you. So get over there. No excuses.
You know,
right?
She know.
Yeah. All right, y'all. So it's just like I told you yesterday, Shawana, there are people who are not afraid to get in front of the camera. They just need strategy. Dewana ain't afraid to get in front of no camera. She be all on stage singing to millions of folks. So ain't no way she afraid to get in front of the camera. She just need a strategy and a way to make it more time efficient for her. So yeah, so that time efficient, saving time and all that good stuff. Shawana, you see how that's a huge value add and value proposition. So don't be afraid to talk about that in your marketing. All right, let's go to Kimberly Miles. Miss Kimberly, are you available to come off the mic, or do you need to use our studio comments to share which of the most cost-effective marketing things do you need to do more of? And do you have an obstacle to implementing that? Okay, she says she needs to repurpose content on different platforms. I'm taking your advice and using Pinterest more. Yeah, I'm gaining a little traction over there on Pinterest, y'all. So if y'all don't know, the pins that you can create are no longer just pictures. You can now put videos over there. So that is one of the places that I am putting my short form content now. And you know, my short form content, as y'all know, is attached to my blog, just like this morning show is attached to my blog. So the link that I use for the pin is the link to my blog. Okay. So how I do it right now, as I'm over there testing, is on Sundays when I release my blog, I release the featured picture of my blog and the entire blog, right? And day by day, as I create the reels Monday through Thursday, I put the short form video over there and attach it to the link to the blog again. Okay. So feel free to add Pinterest and check out what's happening. It may take a minute, right, for you to get going. But when you're using pictures, remember to use pictures that stop the scroll, right? When you're doing your video, you need titles that stop the scroll. So be intentional about it. Kimberly has the product. So what she's also suggesting to y'all are shoppable pins. Okay, shoppable pins. Cool beans. Thank you, Kimberly. All right, Heather. What do you need to be doing in your organic marketing situation that you know you need to be implementing out of the list? And do you have any obstacles?
I need to build the email list, number one. The obstacle is that my website just got done. So like there's still some things that have to happen there, but once they are happening, it'll happen. But also
happening, it'll happen, y'all. Y'all heard that?
You know what?
My bad. Look, you said it. I'm just saying.
Listen. But also, one thing that's not on the list and I talk about often is making sure that you're communicating with your local media, because when times are hard, this is when you want to get that third-party credibility. So other people are talking about you and featuring you.
Love it.
Because those are also things that you can put on your website, which adds to your SEO and your page authority, because you're linking to organizations and pages that have higher page authority than you. So just remember to make sure that you are talking with your local media, that you're a source for things that are national, bring it down to local. You know, if you have there's 100 reasons why you could write a press release, right? But just make sure that people know who you are. So get in front of your visibility, as Shawana says.
So Heather, you have a strategy that was awesome that I never even thought about, and that was multiple press releases that are time released. Do you want to talk more about that?
Oh, yes. So in order to be seen as a credible source for media, you need to have a regular release cadence. And so that usually is like every 3 to 4 weeks. They just need to know that you're giving them real news that they can use. So it can't be fluffy, right? It has to be newsworthy. Leticia has her I Think content platform. That is newsworthy, not just for her local businesses where she lives, but all over the world, right? Like you have the platform. That is news. And then there's what was the other one? Her
the one that I sent you.
Pardon me?
Yeah, you talking about the one that I sent you for her?
Yeah.
So what's going on is Google used to have where people could have like a free page, right? That was almost like a landing page or a sales page for their business, but it was on Google, right? Which means it was ranked higher than any other like website, where they decided to shut that down as a feature. And so there are a lot of people who are affected because they didn't have a website. They were relying on that. Most of those people or should I say businesses, are brick and mortar businesses that are local. They're not necessarily in this digital world as much as we are without a brick and mortar, right? We're heavy in digital world because that's the only way we exist. But brick and mortars, you know, we still have a bunch of businesses that are brick and mortar that don't know a lot about the digital world and don't depend on it a lot. They have no idea that their digital identity is gone. Like they got rid of like millions of these pages and these people don't even know. So yeah, I sent that to Heather. And so
22
Heather took that
million.
over.
Yeah, so there's like 22 million local businesses across the country that
Mhm.
are losing their website, right?
Mhm.
So Leticia has the $1,000 website offer. So what we're doing is we're putting out a press release to her local media, but also nationwide, basically saying she has this service. So it is a little bit of a sales thing, but it's more about she understands how local and small businesses have to move quickly, get this thing up, get it out, that visibility is the key, attention is our new currency, and these businesses can't lose steam because the Google thing went away. So, so there's a lot of different things that you can do, but you should release them on a regular cadence. So every 3 to 4 weeks, and then your news sources get used to seeing your name come in and you become a trusted resource. So then eventually, the goal is when something happens, the media calls you. You don't have to call them because they're going to be like, oh, I've seen releases from Shay come in on the regular. I know she's an expert in this. And now this big thing is happening and I want to talk to her about it. So
And I have a great example of that because another one of my retainer clients is Dr. Joffrey. Dr. Joffrey wrote this book called Split Second Decisions, right? And he used to do a lot of content on it. So a news outlet emailed him about something having to do with fast decisions because he has billed himself as the split second decision expert. America's #1 split second decision expert, right? That novelty of one. But it was some news story about a wrong decision and they reached out to him. And it was funny because he didn't know what it was. He was like, what is this? And I was like, hey, they probably saw your content. They need an expert in that arena, which would be, a nice effect to the story. So they're reaching out to you. So he ended up reaching out to them and we'll see where that goes. But that's a testament to what Heather is saying, right? It's also a testament to you can't be all over the place with your expertise. Okay, you're also afraid to niche down to one avatar and one niche of an expertise that nobody's coming to you if you seem to be Lenny. Okay, if you Lenny, okay, and you sell cell phones and you sell lawn chairs and you do all the things, okay, they're not coming to you because you're not an expert. You're a jack of all trades. They don't come to jack of all trades. Okay, so that's another reason why you should not be afraid to niche down. All right, so Heather, which one look? I got lost in the sauce with your expertise. Speaking of which,
the email.
Okay, email. And I wanted to remind y'all, so just like Heather is saying, we need to have a cadence to our press releases. We need to have a cadence to our list building activities, right? Even if it's simply putting out a different lead magnet every month. Okay, put them out in different places, putting them out in the same places, because we also need to be strategic with our lead magnets. Now, I've already told y'all the story of how I did a lead magnet about living your best life, right? Got all kind of people that were retired, wanting to live their best life on my doggone list. I'm talking about hundreds of them, bogging down my list, made me have to pay for the next level, and those aren't even my people. So I eventually had to realize what was going on and delete those people out because they're not my ideal people. So you can't just give things of value. You have to give things of value that will be niche down to the people who you need to be on your list so you can sell to them later. Okay. So make sure that your lead magnets have to deal with the pain points of your particular avatar, but pain points that your offers are the solution for. That's the best use of your lead magnets, okay? In fact, Dr. Toya, you want to talk about your new lead magnets at all? Because we came up with some great ones for you. So do you want to share with the people? Look, I got a call off guard. She like, what?
No, the phone was on the other side of the room. I was like, scurry, scurry. Yes. So we have some lead magnets that are, so big picture for me, I've been struggling with my avatar, trying to figure out ways to continue to engage them, and primarily trying to figure out what to give people when they came to my site. I just felt like nobody needs anything that I have. And so we came up with a wonderful ebook, two things, a wonderful ebook series and an e-mini course. And I think the beauty of the e-mini course is I primarily teach courses,
Yes.
right? But all of my courses are currently paid courses. So unless you join me for like a masterclass or a webinar, you don't really get to see me deliver the material in the course format. So I think the mini course is a wonderful gateway to kind of my natural offerings.
Yes, yes. And it was crazy because the strategy at first was to put it in the same platform as her paid courses until I realized that as a lead magnet, we need them to be opening emails, right? Because the sales email, that's the follow-up, the ask, we're doing the jab, right? But the right hook is going to come in the email. So we decided to make the mini course an email course so that they're already used to opening these emails. And so when we start to hit those follow-up sales emails, they're already used to opening our emails. So yeah, good stuff, y'all. Does anybody have any questions about our cost-effective marketing as a way to stay relevant and bring in revenue during this, what seems like a second recession? Or we can go backwards. Do you have any questions about today? Do you have any questions about yesterday, which was enhancing your value proposition? Do you have any questions about part one from Monday, streamlining your offers and your avatar? Do you have any questions about either of those three things or any value adds? Because again, I'm not the only genius in the room. We have other geniuses, and I'm always grateful that you guys choose to share your genius with everybody. So any questions or any genius sharing that you would like to do?
Hey, you know what I want to share while you were still having your discussion? I've used it before, the SOP GPT.
Yes.
But because it was right in my face, I'm an actual fast action taker.
Yes.
I clicked the link, and what I did is I scurried over in another tab and I grabbed one of my offerings, right? One of my services.
Yes.
And I asked it, of course, to then create an SOP for the things that is detailed in my offering. And it definitely gave it and got it like 85% there with just a few minor tweaks, because then I want a general one. Of course, this one was specific to a specific client, but just to see how it would look. So guys, if you have not grabbed that SOP, you may want to do it because it can work for some of the simplest things that you do. So I just wanted to let you know that I was doing that behind the scenes while you were still having this discussion.
No problem. Thank you for that, Shawana. Yeah. And so the key to those SOPs, y'all, is you need to be again, specialized and niched with what you're asking it to create an SOP for. Be careful of having it create a SOP where it's giving you steps that each of those steps needs its own SOP. That's not a good SOP then, right? So if your stuff needs to be explained further in a more detailed way, that's not quite a good SOP. So trash in, trash out. Pick a SOP that is a lowest terms type of task so that when it's given the steps don't include something that needs its own steps. So keep that in mind. All right. All right. Thank you for that, Shawana. Anybody else before we get out of here? I don't force it. I don't force men. I don't force little.
No, I do like what you were saying about the email. The part of that, not only just trying to work on getting more people to your email. Do you know, and it's because I was asked and I just know what I've been doing on my own. Do you know of a system as it relates to the email? I heard Dr. Latoya talking about one of her gives is an ebook, and it just so happened this is what they're giving is an ebook.
Yes.
Where they're trying to not have to do all of the things, all of the other systems. So in having on your website, if you're adding this on your website and you're trying to get the people, of course, to then get them on your mailing list because you don't have one, you don't have an email list, you want to get people on your email list, and you're going to use the ebook. Is there one system that can do it? That can do it all, especially if it's going to live on your website? And they have HoneyBook. I'm not a HoneyBook guru. Is there any
what email marketing system do they have? Like, how do you create forms for people to sign up for stuff? with an email address?
Right now, I believe they're doing the Google Doc.
Google Doc doesn't accept email addresses. So how are they getting email addresses? For example, Active Campaign, ConvertKit, MailChimp, something like that.
Right, but what about inside of your website? Because that's where
That's where
my-
the form goes, but the form has to be attached to an email marketing system. So how are they talking to a list right now? They don't have a list, right?
they don't have a list, so they're not talking to it.
So they need a way to create a form that will be embedded on their website, right? To actually take the
So they can't get around the MailChimp or they cannot get around that.
no, they need an email marketing system. They're trying to use something, another platform that takes emails for another reason. And they're thinking that they can email market that way. Not really. You know what I'm saying? Those are not email marketing platforms. Honeybook is really like a to take people from a proposal to a payment to a contract, or from a proposal to a contract to a payment, right? So it's definitely collecting emails because it's sending things digitally. However, it's not collecting those emails for the purpose of email marketing.
Right.
Yeah,
So
there's a lot of limitations in Honeybook because I just left Honeybook. Like people can't unsubscribe. There's no like you can't really send bulk emails. The automations are like bleh.
Yeah,
So
and then now we have too many compliance rules about taking people's emails, and those platforms are not built to keep you in compliance. You see what I'm saying? You need an actual email marketing system. So let me show you something, Shawana. I have more than one lead magnet on my site. Can y'all see my website?
yes.
Okay, so right here, if you click this, and I'm gonna make it open another tab, it takes you to another page, but that page has a form that takes their email.
Mm-hmm.
This form is an Active Campaign form embedded in my website.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's attached to my email marketing system. So as soon as it gets that email, it either adds a tag or a list or both. And that list triggers for them to get the email that delivers what this lead magnet is promising. That's one of them, right?
Yeah,
The
so
other one,
they can't get around it. They cannot get around
they shouldn't try to get around it. It's needed.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So they're over there trying to, I'm trying not to be too black.
No, they don't. What it is
yeah.
is they don't know, and it's trying to have less.
So I'll tell you, Leticia Austin, our tech guru, what she is recommending these days is MailerLite. MailerLite, MailerLite. I know it sounds like the beer Miller Lite, but y'all know I'm from Alabama. So MailerLite is what she is recommending, and it's a lot like Active Campaign, but not as costly as Active Campaign. But I love an Active Campaign, so that's where all of my forms come from. So this right here keeps spam off your list, right? So those other things are not doing email marketing things and features because they're not email marketing systems and platforms.
Yeah.
So
No,
specific to the ebook, when you get MailerLite or whatever, and you create a form, right? You're going to embed that form on the website. On the back end, you're going to create an automation that when they put their email address in, they're put on a list or they're tagged, and that tag then delivers them an email with a link to whatever you've promised.
Mm-hmm.
So if
I
it's
was
an
trying
ebook,
to see if there was a way around that, because that's what I said, but
not.
because that's not my initial
and any way
street.
you find is not going to serve them in the end. So stop trying to go around it. Just help them to understand they're going to have to invest in something, or they can look out there and see what the free versions are and the limitations of a free version somewhere, and just stay within the limitations of the free version. If they can only send one a month, then they can just only send one a month.
Mm-hmm.
If they can only collect 50 emails, then they can only collect 50 emails.
Got it. Thank you so much.
But it's definitely one of those things that's the cost of doing business if you're trying to do business and grow.
Okay. Yeah,
But the second part of that, Shawana, is they can definitely use Google Drive as a link to the document that is the PDF ebook.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, all right, guys, that was great. Thank you, Shawana, for that and allowing us to give more value. This is why it's good to ask questions, y'all. So you guys have a great day. We'll be back tomorrow with part 4, ending our series. The studio is closing in 5, 4,